Welcome once again to the Colby Dills Coaches Show here on the Bear Network, BCHS.TV, where you can watch all of our productions. Go to YouTube, just simply search for BCHS.TV. When you get there, subscribe to that and you'll be notified anytime one of our programs are available for your viewing pleasure. My name is Gary Ownbey, your host for all of our shows here, being joined by our good friend, one of our coaches, well known around the county, around the city, an Ownbey himself. Right now, currently the head coach for the JV boys football team. And the head coach of the JV, or the freshman basketball team, is Colby Dills, of course. Everybody knows Colby and all that. Welcome to our show again. First time we've had a show here in a while.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here and talk about Bradley, and I'm excited for be right in the middle of the season.
And tell us who you brought along with you today here. A couple of guys we've not had on our show before.
Yeah, we've got two top scorers right now for freshmen. We got Carson Cannon right here to my left. Then we got Andrew Walker down there on the far side. So.
Both these guys are in your program as freshmen, I assume, then.
Yes, sir. They're hard workers, great examples, so figured I'd bring them on first right here.
Well, Andrew, as one of the league scorers, you and Carson, I'll start with you over there. Give me your background. Where'd you play middle school ball at?
I played at Oakwood Middle School.
Oakwood Middle. Do you play other sports here at Bradley?
Football.
Football?
Yes, sir.
What position you play in football?
Defensive end.
Defensive end. So you like to knock their heads off, right?
Yes, sir.
Play that. How about you, Carson?
I play baseball as well.
Baseball and basketball. What's your background? Where'd you go to middle school at?
Lake Forest.
Lake Forest there. So you're a freshman here at Bradley too. What? I guess the question I like to ask these guys when I get them on here with your coach sitting here, especially, what would you like to be better at? I mean, is it offense, defense? Would you like to grow about 10 inches or?
Probably my post moves and my ball handling.
Postman, okay. How about you, Carson?
I'd like to be a more consistent scorer, just being able to score every game and not just.
Are you more of a two-point shooter? You shoot the long ball, or?
I'd say I'd shoot them both about evenly.
How about you, Drew?
Twos. I mean, I've made a couple of threes.
You pop the three ball?
Yes, sir.
Communication. I hear every time I talk to a coach up here in basketball, one of the things they emphasize on the floor, because they can't get out there with you, is communicate. Talk to the other guys. Let them know I'm switching on here, defensively or whatever. Is that a strength of yours? Is that something both of you need to work on to improve, or what do you think?
I mean,
you can always improve.
Yes, yeah. I think I'm pretty good at it, but there's definitely some situations where I need to get better at it.
Now you've got the twin brother, right?
Yes, sir.
And what's his name?
Austin.
Austin. Yeah, I knew they all started with an A. Coming from a very athletic family, I understand that there. Coach, I'm going to jump back here to you now. Bring us up to date. We've not had a show here in a while. What you've been doing, what you got coming up here the next few days, and because we're over halfway through the season now.
Oh yeah, we've had a busy freshman schedule. We play a ton of games. Saturday we went down to Chattanooga at Howard, went 3-0, beat East Hamilton, Howard, and East Ridge. I was really proud of that day. That's by far the best we played throughout the season. Dropped one to Walker Valley last night. They're extremely talented. I thought we had a pretty good game plan, and first half we were out there with them, and then I think their depth just came into a factor, and we were contesting shots and stuff, but they were hitting them, so sometimes it's just how it goes.
How many young guys did you have in your program, the freshman team?
We've got 11. We've got 11, which isn't a lot. Most teams have 12, 13. Some have 14. So we just work with what we got and make the best of it.
What, as a coach, now you've heard what the kids say. Where do you need to see the most improvement? Is it offense, defense, effort, or is it a combination of all three? Or
yeah, I mean you can always improve in all the areas. Defensively, definitely we need to get better communicating. Coaches can't be on the floor at all times, and you just got to be able to talk and switch when we need to switch, and hedge when we need to hedge. And offensively, I feel like we can always improve, but I feel like we're all right on offense. It's just the defense getting stops consistently, and transition defense as well. So.
And your goal is always, like any coach, you're out there, you keep a scoreboard for a reason, to count wins and losses and see who's got the most points at the end of the game there. But what other values are you as a coach and a mentor and a teacher and a dad figure in some ways, these guys. What all are you trying to instill in these guys to make them better, not just ball players, but citizens?
Yeah, we just talked to them about doing the right thing. They're gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna make mistakes, but we just want them to do the right thing and be good humans. At the end of the day, me being a father myself, I'm harp on them same thing as I'm gonna harp on my son as he gets older. Just do the right thing. You're not always gonna win. Just if you lose with class. Don't have excuses, and just be somebody that your parents can be proud of.
Yeah, and they got to remember too. Not only are you ball players wearing the uniform here at school on the basketball floor or football in some case there, but you're representing Bradley High School, where you're out there in the community in public, and whether you're part of a school group or whatever, things go, the wrong way. They'll say, that's that old kid from Bradley, he's an old ball player, he's a troublemaker, but, and I know that's not going to happen very, very often, but it's the kind of thing that you can sort of be that father figure that guides them and hopefully keep them on the straight and narrow. Let me ask you about this too. During basketball broadcasts, when I'm on the air with Brian Grisham there on the radio, you're the closest guy to me on the bench. I mean, you could literally reach over and shake hands. You get very vocal sometimes on there. So what is your role? I know Zach's up walking, pacing back and forth, and he's yelling and carrying on and calling plays from his little sheets and things like that. But what is your role primarily versus like with Jordan Ollison, this is the coach's role there? How does that work out with you two?
We both just try to help Coach Carp out any way we can. So, obviously we can't stand up, so that means we got to yell louder. So a lot of times we're watching offensive sets. I'll actually watch the other coach and see what he's calling out, because a lot of times we know what their plays are and what they call them. So as soon as we know what they're calling, like, we're immediately screaming to our guys, what's about to happen. In transition, Coach Jordan kind of makes sure we're crashing the boards and stopping the ball. And we have two guys usually getting back on D, so I'm just making sure they're getting back on defense and, getting ready for transition defense. And usually, Coach Carp and Coach Jordan, they're really good. They always have really good game plans. So we just make sure we stick to the game plan, and, I just try to do whatever I got to do to help out. Get water, get towels, hang jerseys up, just, that's my job. So whatever I got to do, that's what I'm willing to do.
What is your role like when we practice? Let me ask you this too, though, about practice. Do you practice with the varsity, you practice separate from the varsity, or a combination?
Combination. Usually I got freshmen. Freshmen don't have fourth period basketball, so we have to get after it after school. Sometimes I can sneak over during fourth period and be a part of practice, but I got to get the freshmen ready, because we're usually having a game every other night. Once freshman season ends, then I'll for sure be at all the varsity practices and getting us ready for district tournament and stuff. Usually I'm the bag holder, I'm the big guy, so I just hold the bag down there and beat up on everybody under the go. So
beat up on under the go. When's your next scheduled game to be played?
Freshman, we don't play again until Saturday. Saturday's a really busy day. We've got 2 freshman games that morning at home, and then JV and varsity have LFO coming in. So I'll be here from 8 in the morning till 9 at night.
Part of the job of coach sometimes. Yeah. Who will you play Saturday morning?
Saturday morning we'll play Chattanooga Patriots. They're a homeschool program, and we'll play Saudi Daisy. Okay. So we're part of that Chattanooga league. So it's our turn to host a game for the league. So that's going to be Saturday.
How much longer do you have left in the freshman season? I know it ends before the varsity.
Yeah, about 3 weeks. The first Saturday in February is our end of the year freshman tournament at Red Bank. So that'll be the last day. So it's about 3 weeks away. So we got plenty of time to clean up what we need to clean up.
Yeah. Well, how hard is this guy on you in practice? I mean, is he a slave driver? Just getting after it all the time, or is he easy on you, or does it depend on how your last game? Sometimes depends how your last game went, with a little extra punishment in there, worked in. But
definitely, when we play bad, next practice is gonna be tough. So.
But Carson, just because you play good and have a good game doesn't mean you get to goof off next practice, does it?
Nope, always hard at work.
Yeah, always hard at work. Well, there's an old saying, practice, if you can't do it in practice, you can't do it on the floor. So you got to get ready for that there. I'd like to thank you as always, Colby, for being here today. Carson Cannon and Drew Walker, appreciate you guys there. The future looks bright for these guys here, and we wish you the best. Stay injury free as the rest of this year, and we'll move into the next season here before you know it. So get you a couple of wins this week, and we'll talk again.
Sounds good. Thank you.
That's been the Colby Dills Show here on the Bear Network on BCHS.TV. I'm your host, Gary Ownbey, with Carson Cannon, also Drew Walker and Coach Dills. So next time we'll say God bless and go Bears.